In her three previous starts, is going to get ahead in front and in some style today, and draws away under Danny Muscat to land the second race convincingly and eases down to win by a good 6 lengths. Montelusa was second, One for Sue was third.
Kept going. One of our own's trying to run on late, and Night Out from the back. We're not really here, still there. Night Out starting to attack. Jack of Clubs on the far side. On Your Dreams trying to get involved as well. We're not really here, trying to fend them off as they go inside the final half furlong. We're not really here, punched out by Jason Hart, will go on to win. To On Your Dreams, Night Out, Jack of Clubs, and One of Our Own.
Under pressure along with To The Nines. Perla Qatar has certainly got much more prominent now. They make their way towards the final furlong, and Maple Jack sent to the front by Graham Lee and has found a couple of lengths on these inside the final furlong, and it's Maple Jack doing this pretty easily on the run towards the line. Maple Jack goes on to win, just nudged out to score. Beat Perla Qatar. To The Nines
as well, heading down towards the final furlong. One of Our Own is still in front, but it's only a half-length lead. Salit is now coming with a good-looking effort. In behind them is Princess Savannah, and then comes Daisy Maisie as they head inside the final 150 yards. And it's Salit now who's driven to the front close home and is going to go up to score. Salit has won. One of Our Own home in second.
2 or 3 lengths clear. One for Sue hasn't picked up, and it's Montelusa who's giving chase, but it seems a vain one as Cusbo, second in her 3 previous starts, is going to get ahead in front and in some style today, and draws away under Danny Muscat to land the second race convincingly and eases down to win by a good 6 lengths. Montelusa was second, One for Sue was third.
Kept going. One of our own's trying to run on late, and Night Out from the back. We're not really here, still there. Night Out starting to attack. Jack of Clubs on the far side. On Your Dreams trying to get involved as well. We're not really here, trying to fend them off as they go inside the final half furlong. We're not really here, punched out by Jason Hart, will go on to win. To On Your Dreams, Night Out, Jack of Clubs, and One of Our Own.
under pressure along with To The Nines. Perla Qatar has certainly got much more prominent now. They make their way towards the final furlong, and
yeah, I can definitely. I thought the likeliest scenario was that he would outclass them without being tempted to get involved. Yeah. At now 5-4.
I think his penultimate run at Ripon, Hortusar was second, Golden Spare third, Hugo Gregory. I know he
wasn't
Beverly's his track, but he's right behind him, isn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad run. He got chopped for room a little bit that day at Ripon as well, and then obviously went on to the all-weather at Lingfield last time, missed the break, never got into the race, and it was a little bit of a disappointing run, but yeah, there's always risks attached to be taking short prices about horses in this grade, because invariably they're in the grade for a reason. One of Our Own, second favourite, looking for her first career win. She ran okay at Nottingham last time out. She stuck to her task well enough, and she's kind of been doing that right the way through the year on the all-weather, and not a bad run on grass last time out. She runs to me like she might stay a little bit further, to be honest with you. But as I say, she's seeking a first win. She's quite strong in the market. And Salit, you'd give a chance to her on her best efforts. Her reappearance was a sound enough run. And then she went and disappointed a little bit last time out, which I presume has led to the drop in grade. But it was a tough race at York that she was taking in last time out. And
last summer, the Salit won at Carlisle. One of Her Own was second, 3/4 of a length away. Princess Savannah was a length behind in third. So the three of them in the novice that day, you wouldn't think the three of them would be reappearing in a setter the following season, but that's where we're at.
It was a weak race, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, at the prices that they are here, like if you are so inclined to have a bet, Montelusa at 16s, I mean, he's in form. I think he's well capable of being competitive if he reproduces his last run.
He was also on the beat.
Yeah.
Insolenti last time at Beverly.
Yeah, and he's at the end of the day, he's an in-form horse in a weak race, isn't he? Where they're not a reliable bunch of horses, and he's at least comes off the back of a good run, and he's got as much ability as most of the field on his best performances. And you could argue that Beverly last time was one of those better performances. So he's possibly a big price at 16-1, but yeah, there's always, as I said, there's always an element of risk that, well, there is with anything, getting involved in anything, any race, but in this grade, they're not the most trustworthy claim.
Okay, yeah, apart from maybe the favourites, I don't think the auctioneer will be too busy.
No. No, I don't think the claims will be flying in afterwards. And
Salit takes his place.
Okay, we'll find out. Last couple are edging in for the Joiner Bet Club at Vickers.bet, selling stakes over 6 furlongs. And once again, Mark standing by to call them home.
Cheers now. Down to the last 2 now. To the 9s is in. So too is Insolente, waiting on one of our own. That's it. They're in the gate. And they're off. This is the Join Our Bet Club at Vickers.bet selling stakes. They're sprinting over the straight 6 furlongs, and To the 9s was very slow to get going and has already been routed along at the back of the field. The field is being taken along by Princess Savannah, who has the noseband, and towards the near side, one of our own. There's a break of just over a length back to Insolente, who's travelling powerfully on their heels in 3rd position. Then pushed along Salit in 4th, racing alongside Monte Lusa. And so at the back of the field is To the 9s as they race now on towards the halfway point. And the 2 disputing the running are one of our own and Princess Savannah. These now have a break of 2 lengths over Insolente, who's now been pushed along for the first time in 3rd. Trying to stay on then towards the near side rail is To the 9s. He is now alongside Monte Lusa, and dropping to the tail of the field is Salit. A furlong and a half to go, and it's Princess Savannah who now has the clear advantage. She's just beginning to wander, however, under pressure. Insolente now is challenging in the centre of the course, then towards the near side rallying one of our own, and next is To the 9s. Inside the final 100 yards, it's Princess Savannah who has got the lead, and there's a boil over, a shock in the second. It goes to Princess Savannah. It was a close call for the minors, 3 involved, Insolente, also To the 9s, and between those 2 was one of our own.
Yeah, the outsider off the field, Princess Savannah, chased a couple of these home last year at Carlisle, and the maiden has won for Kevin Ryan. Tom Eves on board, beats To the 9s, who was outpaced there, and he stayed on to get second for Miranda Wilkie and Conor Burke, and 5 was one of her own for Rebecca Menzies and Paddy Mellors.
yeah, it was, well, she's essentially got more speed than the runner-up, much more speed, and she's more comfortable over 6 on fast ground, and she's managed to get her first career win. Clearly the ground conditions didn't suit on her reappearance. You can see she travels really well, actually, travels easily the best through the race. Bounced out the gates, always up there, travelled well. She's just had a little bit of a wander and hung to her right-hand side towards the rail once she's got to the lead, but as soon as she straightened up, she managed to see off Insolente and then hold on well from To the 9s in the closing stages.
Kevin Ryan, local trainer's got Listo's got a chance later in the afternoon.
Absolutely, yeah, back up to 6 furlongs, Ballisto a little bit later. The writing was on the wall from the outset, wasn't it, with To the 9s, because he missed the break, got on the back foot, couldn't go with them. He's kind of run like he is the best horse in the race, really, but he's just, I think probably 7 furlongs is more his trip nowadays, really, and he's just been undone, particularly with that slow start. It just didn't help him. He was straight on the back foot, whereas Princess Savannah rolling along and always comfortable on fast ground over 6 furlongs.
I wonder if there'll be any claims for the second.
Could be.
We'll let you know in due course.